very ill when I was a child, and severely. Couldn't walk in a wheelchair for 3 years, couldn't do anything. And during that time, I had a near-death experience that was a very profound moment for me. And it was when I first got ill, and I was in a coma for a month. And I'm uncertain, but I feel that the near-death experience I had lasted a long time, so it may have gone on for the month. And it was during that time where I think I was given the opportunity to make a decision, either to finish the life and not go through all the hardships that it would involve, or to take the offer of the life and the gifts it would give. And that experience, which was incredible, I was a young child, and you know, the usual thing. I was in a hospital bed and was suddenly looking down on me in a nightdress in this bed, and then whooshed out from the ceiling in all this colour. Then I found myself outside this beautiful meadow. It's like a meadow with a hedge around it and a 5-bar gate. And I just stood there on that gate looking at this meadow. And in that meadow were the most beautiful flowers you could ever imagine. And all the flowers were different. They all sang a slightly different song. They all smelled a slightly different smell. Some of them had little bells in them. They were just divine. And the sound they made together, I recognised many years later when I heard it at another occasion, was the sound of the universe. And eventually I went in. Opened this 5-bar gate, went in. And as I walked into this meadow, the flowers all sort of parted, so I didn't tread on any of them, you know. It was just, and as a young child, I mean, I was on my hands and knees, and I was in fairyland, basically. It was wonderful. And I recognised I'd been there a long while, and I was just loving it. And suddenly, there was this pull on the back, like that, and I sort of felt myself going like that, and next instant I was back in the bed, in the iron lung at that time. But that experience actually was an awakening for me. And I think all my life experiences since then have bounced around that. And when I was still in the hospital, but out of the iron lung, I'm feeling, you know, I was a young kid, you know, ballet dancer. You know, I was depressed. And I felt this hand, this big hand on my gut. And it's like, wow, I'll never ever be alone. And I'm not saying it meant I'd never be lonely, but I'd never be alone. And for me, that was the awakening of anything spiritual in me, the real, true awakening. And I think from then on, it was just going through with being a spiritualist medium, a platform medium, a spiritual healer that really had the most amazing results, to actually leaving all that, feeling that I want to do something different and I want to touch people's souls. That actually led me on the path to getting it into a crossroads situation where Howard and I met, and we were both in the same sort of situation, a crossroads in our lives. Didn't know where we were going, but of course our spirits knew where we needed to go, and that's when our journey together started in 1983, and we started looking at things that afterwards we realised were shamanic things.